in the country. Right? So this is just to convince you that this is something very, very important. We must know. So we know that the HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. So what is HIV? HIV is a retrovirus. Retro means reverse. You know that our genes, our genetic flow is DNA, DNA to RNA, RNA to proteins. So our genes are composed of DNA. But it is a retrovirus, the reverse virus. In what way reverse? Because the genes of HIV are of RNA, not of DNA. That is what we call as the retrovirus. And HIV can replicate. As I said, that it doesn't need any male-female kind of system for replication. But where it can replicate? It can replicate only inside the cells, number one. And it needs an enzyme RT, reverse transcriptase, which is responsible for converting RNA into DNA. When I give a lecture to those people who don't understand science, so I tell them, okay, you remember these two or three things. Number one, our genes are made of DNA, and this virus genes are made of RNA. Second thing is, HIV can reproduce, but not if I put it in a glass or in a bottle or in a jug here. It can replicate only inside the cells, and it cannot reproduce if it doesn't have enzyme reverse transcriptase. So in fact, reverse transcriptase is just like a catalyst in chemistry or just like a Vichola in a normal society, where there is a matchmaker. So that means we need, so it is a virus, it is a retrovirus, genes are made of RNA, it can replicate only inside the cells, and enzyme RT is responsible. This is how the HIV looks like. So it's a spherical ball, and with mushroom kind of, you see proteins protruding out of it, but it is a very, very tiny molecule, because its diameter is 1 by 10,000 of a millimeter. That means 100 nanometer. It's spherical in shape, and its outer, it has two parts broadly, viral envelope, this parrot green or bottle green colored two layers here at the outer side. And within this viral envelope, there are these mushroom shaped, you see, proteins. These are specific. These proteins are specific for every virus. And we call these proteins as antigens. So they are composed of, technically glycoprotein 120 and glycoprotein 41. The stem is of 41 and the mushroom is of 120, but that's not important. Important thing is that every virus has these specific proteins which are protruding out. We call these as antigens. But no two viruses can have the same antigen. They cannot have the same protein. So that means these proteins on virus or antigens on virus is just like our fingerprints. No two people can have the same fingerprints. Similarly, no two virus, polio virus will have a different protein, different antigen. HIV would have different, corona would have different, and Ebola would have different. All viruses, different viruses would have a different antigen. And then there is a viral core, that is this bullet-shaped protective sheet here. So inside, sort of nucleus as we have in the cell. Within this viral core, there are two strands of RNA. You know, you are a camp, you study chemistry. So we have DNA, which is double-stranded, RNA, which is single-stranded. So two copies of the RNA, which have all the genetic information that it requires to make new copies of the virus. Along with RNA, it has the enzyme reverse transcriptase. As I said, it is very essential. Without enzyme reverse transcriptase, it cannot convert its RNA into DNA, which is very essential if it wants to infect human beings. So that is why it brings that enzyme reverse transcriptase along with it. So now we understood the basic structure of HIV. We know HIV kills the immune system. If we need to understand that how it kills the immune system, first we need to answer how HIV, how immune system fights the disease. So first of all, what is the immune system? It's a network of cells and chemicals with only one mission, to protect us against any foreign organism and substances. So बड़े simple तरीके से कह सकता हूँ. Suppose that I am standing here now, I am giving lecture to you, my hand is here, and someone from back I don't see comes and just try to prick me with a pin. So without even looking towards the person, I'll just move my hand. That is a response from my, you can say, immune system. It's an oversimplification. You are walking in Nainital and some thorn gets into your feet. So what would happen by evening? Your the part where the thorn is, the part of your foot would just try to swell. Why? Because it is trying to expel. So oversimplification. So it is a network of cells and chemicals, one mission to protect us against any foreign organism and substances. It can be virus, bacteria, mold, UV light, whatever, right? And immune system is just like a highly loaded soldier. So So it can mount a variety of responses to attack the specific invader of the body, right? Depending upon whether it is bacteria, virus, whatever it is. And when it comes to viruses, then one of those responses is coordinated by the T helper cell. That means the specialist, the manager, just like the orchestra conductor, the manager inside my body, whose job starts whenever my body is attacked by any virus, let us say common cold virus, cold virus, HIV virus, that is T cell. We call it as T cell or T helper cell. Right? So now let us see that how this T cell takes control of the virus. Let us say this is a virus which is a common cold virus. Everyone has common cold. So अब देखते हैं वो mononuclear cetirizine, nothing, we don't eat anything. How, where is the doctor in my body? How it takes care of the common cold virus? Let us say this is a common cold virus. What did we say? The specificity of any viruses is antigen, the proteins which are producing out. So this is that means there are specific antigens, specific proteins. Now the moment this virus enters our body, immediately you see it in our circulation, in our lymph nodes as well as in the blood. There are some cells in our body what we call as the macrophages. These are the real names, right? So macrophages are cells which are big eaters, which are always hungry, and they have the power to distinguish between what is part of my body and what is from outside. So they are just looking around. The moment they see, oh, there is something, there is a virus, there is a common cold virus. So the moment they see it, they immediately catch hold. So please try to have a look at the cartoon, the structure of the macrophage. Now, what happens? It catches hold of the common cold. This is common cold virus. In actual practice, let us say this is common cold. So once it catches hold of it, what it does? It just absorbs it. It engulfs it inside its stomach. And after engulfing, what it does? It protrudes the antigens of the virus outside. Now, what did we say? Antigen is the identity of the virus. So now the virus is inside the macrophage, but the identity is outside. It is equivalent to if in your village, let us say that there is no light, the thieves have cut off the entire light, and they have just entered your house. No, there is no light. What you did, you simply took a blanket and you covered the whole of that. You covered the thief, and you saw there is no light, but your village is a digitally literate village, or you are in the job of that where you have those scanners, fingerprint scanners which run on battery. So what do? You are catching hold of the thief, and you take the hand out and use the fingerprint reader on the thumb, and you suddenly say it is Ram Singh, Sham Singh, Sita, Geeta. So the same thing is here. The virus is inside, but the identity is distinct. The moment this identity is displayed, because antigen is the identity card, it is no two viruses would have the same. So macrophage sends a message to the manager in our body. This is T helpers. These are our real names. It is not like mathematics, everything is X. So T cells, we call them as T cells. So it sends a message to T cells. Hey, look what I got. So T cell comes and it triggers the immune system. So T cell comes and reads this antigens and comes to, oh, it looks like virus. So now T cell is the manager. So T cell says, okay, in our body, the specialist of viruses is B cell. T is the manager. B is the specialist for viruses. It is the B's job to identify whether this virus was in my body earlier or not. So he immediately calls, hey B cell, you come and see that I think that there is a virus. So B cell comes, reads the antigen, looks at its RAM and ROM, tries to find out whether this earlier infected or not. Right? Now, for the sake of simplicity, let us say that this is the person, this is the baby who is getting the common cold for the first time. Because pehli baar, first time it will take some time. Second time the same person when has common cold, then the duration is a little less. So let us say a newly born baby got hold of the virus for the first time. So B cell sees it, no, I have never seen this virus first. So now B cell immediately reads the antigen and then starts working. What it does, it makes millions of antibodies. It read the antigen, but made millions of antibodies. So, ये दवाई है. This is the medicine for the virus, against the virus. So, what is this? The correlation between antibody and the virus? If you look here, this part in the antibody and this part of the virus, they look like as if they are the mirror images of each other. As if suppose that this part has been cut out from here. Like you see the babies play with those blocks A, B, C, D. A will fit only in A, B will fit in B, and B will not fit in A. Right? So it looks like that they are made for each other. Just like you see lock and key. So millions of antibodies. Now those millions of antibodies, it is important, millions. So they are circulating in your blood. So when they are circulating in blood, they are looking at everything. The moment they interact with a virus, because they are just like a lock and key, immediately they get locked. Antibody get locked with the antigen. Now they capture the virus. So there are millions of antibodies. So wherever they are finding the virus, they are capturing it. Once they capture it, no virus is contained. After capturing these antibodies in our body, they are the biggest, best suicide squads in our body. Atmghati dasta. Best suicide squads in our body. Immediately they send a message to the macrophage. And they say, "Hum to ढूंढेंगे सनम, तुम्हें भी ले लो. So you come, eat me along with whatever I have captured." So it sends a